Alright, so it looks like shots have been taken over here on both sides. It looks like the bat chats are trying to get a little bit aggressive, which is quite interesting because, I don't know, it's a bat chat, right? You wouldn't think to be aggressive, but, you know, we'll see if this works out. We have all these, the IS-7s and Chieftains over here, which are hold down are pretty solid positions. It's going to be really difficult to take them out. However, they are cornered, so that it's falling back is going to be quite difficult if one team does lose. It's just kind of tradey right now. These E4s over here are really making it difficult for anyone to get really side shots on these guys. This is pretty interesting. But it looks like the bad chats from BDI are pushing Zoni and Haddock back. And he's going to start getting punished for this. I think the bad chats realize that following him out into the open might be a very bad idea, considering that there's a lot of E4s. There's two E4s back here that are really going to punish them. However, it looks like the 57 Heavy might try to get shots, and he does hit the bat chat in the gun, but he is not able to penetrate him. And on this side, we still have the slow trade that's going on. BDI really hasn't lost, or squad, my bad, hasn't lost that many hit points over here, whereas BDI is taking a few shots, especially the Mouse and IS-7 right here, and the Mouse and IS-7 right here have taken 1 to 2 shots each. First tank goes down. Zoni Haddock is finally been able to take it out. So, IS-7 though, sitting in the middle of that right there is going to be, can potentially be subject to shots, but the E4s can't push over the hill because now one bat chat's in the climb, the other one looks like he might try to get into the climb. One E4 takes a shot in the bat chat and he does miss. It looks like both bat chats are trying to sneak shots in there, but it's not really working for them. BDI is starting to get aggressive on the outside. They know that the E4s are going to have a hard time pushing out. Wojciech Capone gets shot in the side from the bat chat as he tries to shoot the T-57 and IS-7 on the outside. Who are now going to start pushing into these guys over here in order to really stop the crossfire. The IS-7 Komap on tank is taking quite a beating on this flank. It's, you know, IS-7 is lower than these tanks over here, so as a whole is quite hard to use. The Mouse is pushing though, and I think his goal right now is to just try to get the Chieftain and 215B to peek over to shoot him so that the IS-7 can tap him in the side. Looks like Prosto Chud is going to push up, maybe try to proxy spot these E4s or get shots into the side of these tanks over here. And the E4s really can't do anything about it, except the IS-7 does sneak a shot into him. He's now a one-shot. And this bat shot up on the hill is still taking shots. A T-110 E4 from squad does go down. So now it's just this one T-110 E4 and the guys on this side of the flank. This IS-7 is going to start getting aggressive. It looks like he might try to take out the E4 who doesn't really suspect him at this moment. IS-7 gets shot for it, but he does get to put one in the E4, and he does high roll, but he doesn't roll high enough to get the kill. And the bat chat's able to take him out. Now BDI is just going to try to push into this and make them play on their terms at this point in the game. T-57 Heavy gets shot, but he should have a full clip and be able to really punish someone. The IS-7 Klimazik runs over the hill and he gets tracked in the open. This is going to be the end for him. It is. He gets taken out of the game. The I-7 and the mouse are pushing around and try to get a crossfire. Hit points, you know, BDI is in the lead, but just how overwhelming they are on this one side. They might be able to take out the T-57 pretty early. He is reloading. Someone just has to get a shot into him to finish him off. But he really reloaded in about 8 seconds. The squad has 2 tanks left, so at the end of this game got really interesting. It's just the I-7. Will he be able to take out the T-57 Heavy before he reloads is the question. He is able to take him out, and now he's just going to get killed by the Batchat. So there we have it. Game 1 goes to BDI. So as we can see, we have on squad side a Batchat 1200 damage, 215B with 1900. The Chieftain with 2,300, the 2E4s with 0, and one IS-7 with 3,300, and one IS-7 with 2,667. We have from BDI, pretty much all the tanks in their team except for 3 did over 2,000. So they had a pretty good sharing of damage there. So, you know, with that, let's get back to the intermission. Last game was pretty interesting. One team had lost more tanks, but the hit points were relatively even. It was pretty interesting to say the least. The strat pulled by squad was pretty good, except the Batchat didn't get in the climb early on, and that really was a huge factor. So, squad has 2 T110E4s, 2 Batchats, 2 IS-7s, and 1 215B, while BDI is bringing out 1 Batchat, 2 IS-7s, 2 Mouses, and 2 50Bs. Those 50Bs are going to be quite interesting. They have, you know, a pretty mobile lineup except for the 2 Mouses. I mean, both teams have pretty decently mobile lineups except for the squad having, you know, 1 extra tank that's a little bit slower, but those 50Bs are going to allow for some really good early damage or potential flankings late game, and that should make for quite interesting to watch. Looks like squad is going to play the 1-2 line. They have a lot of tanks set up. Looks like they're going to be running a similar strat to last time. Mango gets spotted pretty early by the Batchat over here. I do not think he does not get lit. So that's quite interesting how that happened. I'm surprised that BDI's Batchat didn't go for the A8 or A3 climb from where he is, but he was able to determine where the flank was. Looks like both teams have a pretty close... Well, it looks like squad is a pretty good mirror compared to last game. The Batchat did get in the climb this time, so the Batchat is at K4 or K3 able to look down the J line. And squad is pretty stacked up over here at B1 and at F1. With a similar strat to last time, with the 2E4 is just providing overwatch. Looks like the IS-7s are starting to blind fire bushes, and they're actually trying to blind fire the hill. However, little to their knowledge, the Batchat is not up there. He is indeed in a bush. I actually want to see if he has good camo or, you know, something on it. Or he's running food. So that would explain why his view range is running pretty solid. He's able to outspot them. The food, you know, is a pretty good help. Looks like the Mouses are moving into the city, as well as the IS-7s. I don't think they really know where everyone is yet. The Batchat is lighting them as they push into the city. The IS-7 and 2 Mouses are spotted. The Batchat did get lit, though, as he was falling off the hill, or one of them did. I think they're starting to realize, yep, okay, now BDI is starting to realize, though, okay, squad's all in the same positions as last time. However, this is going to be a pretty interesting trade because a lot of those tanks are pretty good to hold down. They're going to be really tough to dig out, kind of like last time. Looks like this Batchat's getting a little... Actually, looks like this Batchat's going to act as bait, and hopefully someone, you know, pushes around the corner on him and gets punished for it. I'm not sure if the Mouse is going to get punished for, you know, driving like that. The Batchat is indeed watching down the J line. However, the 50Bs take a shot. One of the 50Bs misses. He's not able to connect. It looks Exowa got penned by, looks like an IS-7 or a low roll for Mini 4. So right now they're just kind of trading it out. The Batchat crosses in the open and does get hit. The Batchat's now half health. The IS-7 is starting to get a little bit aggressive. He tries to get a shot. He gets shot in the Batchat as he pulls around the corner. The Batchat's now a one-tap. The Batchat is Squad's Batchat's not pushing the two line. Squad goes down. One Batchat goes down from Squad as he was trying to maybe regroup with the other Batchat. Klimazik is now pushing up a little bit. Looks like he did the similar thing as last time where he's going to push up. Hopefully he doesn't get punished for it like last time and for his sake, but he is taking shots. He does not connect. And I think right now he's just hoping that either the E4s go over on him and get shot, or he just does damage on the other flank. The mouse bounces a shell from the E4, and he's going to be able to side scrape onto that wall. Klimazik does get shot as he's trying to push towards the E4s. This is kind of risky because he doesn't have that much gun depression. He is able to connect a shot, but it is not a very high roll. 362 is actually quite low. Looks like WoT from Squad is starting to fall back and look for shots in the IS-7. He is lit though, so that could be a problem. And Comat might have shots into him as he crests over a ridge. The IS-7 is now starting to push back the two E4s, and it might allow for someone to regroup. The 50B is looking like he's trying to find a way to reposition or get shots into someone. And now the IS-7 and 215B are coming to help the E4s, and this IS-7 is by himself in this corner. Another Batchat from Squad goes down. They've lost both their Batchats, so their repositioning is going to be quite difficult now. And it looks like BDI might push in the north side. You have one Batchat who looks like I thought he was going to go for the climb for a second based on his velocity. The I-7 gets tracked on the ridge. He does get hit for a little over 500. He's now a one-tap for pretty much anything left on the field. And Squad is the same thing as last time where they're kind of stuck in one corner and they can't reposition out of it. The I-7 goes down. Now his Batchat's going to just be able to clip into anything that isn't paying attention to him. Looks like the 215B and E4 are watching one way and the I-7 and E4 are watching the other, but it's not going to stop these two mouses just pushing over. 3,000 hit points to bleed can take a shot from pretty much everything there. And now Squad is just going to get pushed from all directions by different tanks. This mouse is just bullying his way in there. Just looks like he's just trying to confuse them, push people out of the way. The 215B and E4 go down, and now it's just this one E4 against Exua. And looks like he might try to go for the mouse to help take him out. But it doesn't work. He goes down before he can do anything, and the 50B is just clipping the back end of the I-7. And the I-7 goes down. So all in all, pretty good game. I thought that maybe, once they started the lineup Squad, I thought that, okay, they might try to do a similar thing as last time, and they did. Unfortunately for them, just the Batchats got lit too early, and that whole strat plays really keen on vision. And once you lose the vision on both flanks, and, once people start coming from the A and K line, it's hard to watch both sides. So we have the I-7 dealing 2,400, 50B 23. Both 50Bs actually doing just about 2,300. The Batchat 800, the mouse with 3,700, 2,000, and the I-7 1,000. Oh, lucky Yahtzee. From Squad, the IS-7 does 2,400 damage, but just the positions they were in really didn't allow for them to deal super heavy damage. But it was a interesting game to watch. With that, back to intermission. This is always an interesting map in competitive. I think it's quite interesting because there's a lot of different strats I see people use, and I think it's unique. So, from Squad, we have a Grill 15, two 140s, two Batchats, a TVP, and an IS-7. And from BDI, we have a Grill 15, two 140s, two Batchats, and two IS-7s. I'm curious to see what both teams do. This is always an interesting map, in my opinion. Looks like Squad's mediums might go for early lights and just kind of play the middle, and it looks like BDI will do a similar thing, but they don't have nearly as many mediums doing this, so it should be quite interesting. Actually, it looks like the two 140s are going to sit right here and maybe try to counter a 9 push, but it looks like Squad is just sitting up on G7 trying to wait and see what happens. It looks like the grill and the 2 bat chats are sitting in A5. They might try to get the grill into a climb, which is back here on this rock, but it looks like shots come in. Blind fire, perhaps? They're trying to help the grill up. Now, if they can get him up, this is a very good spot, but it's hard to do with 2 bat chats. It looks like they almost got him over, but they're struggling a little bit. Looks like these 2 I7s might get lit here. One does get lit and the bat chat backs off, so they do not know that there's 2 yet. So I7 peeks over the ridge and snaps a shot. It does not connect, and the shot that comes to him does not connect either. So both teams still at 100% for hit points. Looks like the I7 again is going to try to go over for a shot. It's quite risky if he gets tracked up there. It's going to be easy pickings. Discraft from BDI is going to start pushing a little bit aggressive. I don't think he knows what's here yet. He might try to get lights. He gets lit before he lights anything else, and he starts to back off. Looks like Daniel from squad is going to try to come in and get a shot. He bounces, and Discra is able to pen him. Quite interesting. It looks like Daniel just hit the upper right plate at just the right angle to auto bounce. He wasn't able to do anything. Looks like Klimzik from BDI is just going to rush into the bull, which actually is pretty good because the 140s are going to prohibit anyone from pushing in on him. The 140 Capone gets punished for pushing over. I wonder if Squad is going to try to push in on him this IS-7, or just let him get there and be able to get shots into the side of Daniel. The I-7 does get a shot into Daniel, does not get punished. Looks like Mango is trying to get around and get shots, but he isn't able to. Zone Haddock does get shot, but the 140 from BDI does get hit by a pretty hefty 700 roll. And you see lots of shots fire. The TVP gets hit, and he gets hit again. He's now reduced to roughly a 2-shot from trying to push in the I-7. The I-7 still only taking 1 shot, and Mango gets shot. Looks like the 140 XO is going to try to push him. Daniel goes down from squad, and it looks like XO is going to try to push the Batchat. The Batchat's now a 3-shot, and he's able to take out Maddie from squad. The Batchat's taken down, and it looks like squad is left in this little corner with the grill in the back. Klimzik gets punished for pushing over the hill. Looks like he might get taken out. He gets taken out, but it's just a little too late. BDI is able to just going to be able to push in and just punish these guys. Zonik gets tracked in the field. He does be able to fix it. The grill goes down, and now it's just the Batchat and 140. Both pretty healthy though. Well, not the 140 anymore, but the Batchat's still pretty healthy. He looks like he's getting some pretty good shots in the move. The 140 from BDI is a 1-shot though. Zonik gets tracked in the open. He does go down, and it looks like the 140 is just going to ram him for the kill. But he isn't able to do it, and he looks like Zone 8 might be able to get away. The 140 bounces off the track and is not able to finish him off, so he's just going to try to run now. I don't know if he'll be able to get away. He has a lot of open ground across, and he does not able to get away, and he is taken out. So the final score is BDI 3 and Squad 0. From BDI, all tanks really sharing a good amount of damage except for the IS-7 and Batchat, who are able to do a lot of damage, 2,600 and 2,300 respectively. And on Squad we have the Grill and the Bat 140 and Batchat, who really did numbers to people when they were pushing or getting too aggressive. Just some, again, the division and some poor RNG in the beginning, that stuff tends to adds up towards the end of the game. Overall, these matches are pretty good to watch though, and I hope to see you guys next time.